Another element of your PLR document that might require your attention is the header and or footer sections. Now these sections of the document can be both informative for the readers of the document as well as a branding opportunity for the creators of the documents. That's you and I. In this video, we're going to look into how to add a header and or footer or edit an existing header and or footer. Now this is our document that we're working on right now, and I've got the cover image pretty much covering up the entire header section, and for that matter I could go ahead and have it cover up the entire footer section as well. But for now we're just going to leave that as is. Now one thing that you might see on some documents is that the first page of the document might have a different looking header and or footer than on any other page of that document. That's because there's a formatting option allowing you to designate the first page as being different when it comes to different formatting elements like headers and footers. And you do that right down here in the status bar. Well, this is one way to do it anyway. By right-clicking on that, let me move this up here so you can see what I'm doing. By right-clicking on that and selecting it as first page. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about here on this other document that I have right here. See, we've got the header box right here. We've got the footer box right here, but they are empty, whereas the header and footer box on every other page in this document is not empty. And that's because if they had the same information in this header box, that's by the way listed as default, as they did in this header box, which is listed as first page, it would be kind of dorky because they would have the title up here in the header section, the title just below that here in the content section, and below that, the title again in the cover image. So to avoid the dorkiness level there, they just have this formatted as the first page, which allows them to have this header either empty or with anything else that they want. Because as I demonstrated in the earlier video, whenever I edited the title and the footer on this first page, it instantly took place on every page throughout the document that had this particular footer. Now in our document, all the pages, including the first page, is formatted as default. So if we wanted a different footer on the first page or a different header on the first page than we had on any other page in this document, we would have to format the first page accordingly, as I just showed you. But for us, the way we have things set up here, we can just simply use our big old cover image and just cover things up if we wanted things different. So let's go ahead and add a header here. So I just click anywhere on the second page, and again, this is default. Come on up here to the menu bar and select Insert. Come on down to Header, and then click on Default. There's our header. The problem with this though is that since this first page is also listed as default, it's added a header box up here which kind of moved this image down a little bit. Let me come on up here and I'll show you. See? So if we select this first page and format this as a first page instead of default, that's going to allow us to get rid of that header. But it will also remove this footer because this footer right now is on a default page. So with our cursor on the first page, right now it's on the image. Get off the image. There we go. Bring this up, right click on the status bar here under default, click on first page, to remove the footer and the header. Go ahead and just bring this on down to cover everything up. So now we have a header box for our default pages, which is basically every page in our document except for the first page, which is now listed as first page. And inside the header or footer, we can put whatever we want. For example, this footer is actually a table. As you can see, as I hover over this, it asks me to adjust the table column, table row, because this footer contains a table of 2 rows and 3 columns. The middle column has been merged to allow for this text to be formatted accordingly. But if I wanted, I could add an image in here. I could change the background color. I could change the text color, font size, font style. Just about any type of element that you can put into the content area, you can put into the header or footer boxes. And whatever editing you would do on one footer or header would take place instantly on every page of this document that had that header or footer. For example, if we come on down here to this header box, which again is default, and type in that now is on every page that has that header box. Let's say we wanted to add a logo. Move that over, come on up here, Insert, Picture, From File, and let's go with this guy here. Pretend that's my logo. There we go. It's a little big. Shrink this down, move it right over there. And now then, on every page it has that header box, now has my logo. Pretty cool. Now let's say on the footer, you wanted to have a page count or a page number. Just on any page, and in this case I'm on page 8, as you can see down here in the lower left corner. And just type in page and hit my space bar. Come on up here to Insert, go to Fields, page number, page 8, boom, page 9, boom. Now then, let's say we wanted to say this is page 9 of however many pages are in this document. Put a space, and then the word of, then I hit my space bar again. Come on back up here to Insert, Fields, Page Count. Page 9 of 17, page 10 of 17, pretty cool stuff. So hopefully this video will give you some idea on how you can make the most out of your header and footer sections of your PLR document. And don't forget that you can differentiate between your first page formatting and the default formatting of all other pages on your document if you wanted your header and footer content on your first page to be different than that of anywhere else throughout your document. And before I close things out, I just want to remind you that anytime that you do any editing to your document, before you close things out, be sure to come up here and save your work, either by clicking on this icon here or going to File and clicking on Save or Save As if you want to change the name of the document. And that's going to bring us to the end of this video on adding and or editing the header and footer sections of your document. Thanks for watching, and you have a great day.